Hi, I'm Anna and welcome to my video. Today Dave and I are in the field. We are in College Lake in Tring and it is a beautiful nature reserve which used to be a chalk quarry and now has been turned into a stunning nature reserve which is full of wildlife and beautiful things. And yes, I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you how to use a wonderful tool, a bow winding tool, which I use very often, which is this. It may look like a magic wand, but it most certainly isn't, I assure you. Well, it could be, I suppose, if I was a wizard or a witch, I don't know, whatever. But yes, this is called Nostepinne. And it's a wonderful tool, it's a traditional tool to use to wind your balls of yarn. I use it to wind my mini skeins. I use it because it's a very lovely and relaxing process, and it's a little joy. When you work with yarn, everything brings you a little joy, isn't it? And winding those wonderful mini skeins is amazing. You can use it to wind the big balls, you can use it to wind the small yarns. I use it for my mini skeins. So you can wind it into a shape of a little egg. There you go, a little egg. Or a little cake, like this, tiny little cake or egg. Now, I do apologize, it's a bit windy here, but the wind be blowing, but it's great. It's wonderful. It's very relaxing. It's a wonderful place to knit, crochet, or wind your balls of yarn. Yes. So I have, again, as I said, I use it to wind my mini balls, and I've got the stunning balls of yarn from Fox Harbour Yarn, which I just adore. Look at this. Look at these minis. I'm going to show you all of them because they are just so yummy. Look, like a gorgeous bouquet of yarn. Gorgeous. So Nostepinne, I say it Nostepinne, I think it's Nostepinne. It's a bow winding stick. The word comes from Norwegian meaning nest stick. So basically you will use it. It's a traditional tool to use to wind your balls of yarn by hand. Again, it can be used to wind any size of balls of yarn. I mean, obviously depends on how long it is. But I find it most useful to use to wind my mini skeins because it's quick and easy. It's a far easier for me personally to wind them on my Nostepinne than actually to wind it with the Swift and the bow winder and stuff like that. And it's just a little bit more enjoyable. Start the process of calmness and the joy of knitting or crocheting or Tunisian crocheting, anything. And you can twirl it around and pretend you were a wizard. It's amazing. So I'm going to put my camera down and I'm going to show you how to wind your ball of yarn. So this one is my Nostepinne. It has been gifted to me by my lovely friend Annette. Even though it's a traditional tool, it's still widely made and used to this day. So you can get them anywhere, really. You can get the antique ones or new ones. Now, my one has a groove at the bottom, but some of them also have a groove on top. And as you can see, so this is the handle and this is the stick, and the stick is tapered down. It tapers down for the ease of removing the ball of yarn. They're very smooth because you don't want any snags or anything to catch on your yarn. Now, again, for the ease of this video, I'm going to show you how to wind it from an already made ball of yarn. Now, the wonderful thing is about using the Nostepinne, it always winds you a ball which is a center pull, which is very useful. So again, I'm going to show you how to wind it in an egg and how to wind it in a little cake. If you were to wind it from just skein of yarn, because obviously I'm not at home, I will use a Swift, or I will place it between two mags. So I will have my mags and just have it around there, and I will just move my hand and the yarn. And again, there's a lot of movements from my hands trying to wind the yarn. So this one, for the ease of the video, I'm going to use one which is already winded, just to show you how to use it. So to start off, you will make a loop. So slip knot and a loop. Oops. Stretch it out a little bit. Insert this loop onto the groove of your Nostepinne. So just tighten it a little bit. Some people, I've noticed, put a rubber band and trap this tail in a rubber band and don't do a loop. It's a great option as well. Now, and obviously, if your Nostepinne has a groove on top, you will place it on top and then down. when you're winding small skein of yarns, then obviously you will place it in the middle. I mean, I usually start always in the middle. But if you're winding a big skein, you will wind it into a cake. But for a small skein, I do like it in the perfect little egg. So grab your yarn, the obviously yarn that is attached to the skein. Place it like in the middle of your Nostepinne. Hold it down with your thumb and wrap your yarn around the Nostepinne a few times. So we're just winding a few times. Oops. So we create a nice little coil. So we created a little coil here. So now we can start winding our yarn. Now you will move your Nostepinne towards you, always towards you. So we're gonna start at the bottom and go on top. See? And we're winding it, and as we're doing this, we will wind, continue. So as we're wrapping our yarn, we're turning the Nostepinne towards us. See? Obviously you can go closer to the top. I'm in the middle, so I'm far away from the top. Also, you have a handle, obviously. I very rarely hold my Nostepinne by my handle. I usually kind of hold it here. See? So we just go in and out. Now, at the moment we are winding it into an egg shape. So if you can see, I am going from the bottom here. So I'm touching the wood at the bottom and going on top, touching the wood on top. You see? It touched it nicely on top. So at the bottom, on top, while turning my Nostepinne around. Always towards me. I always turn it towards me, see? Bottom, top, bottom, top. And to create the egg shape, as I said, you need to touch the wood. So you need to place your yarn close to the wood at the bottom and then on top. Bottom, top. And turn it all the way as you work. Now, you mustn't pull on your yarn tightly, because it will stress the yarn and it will stretch the yarn. You want your ball of yarn to be nice and bouncy, and you don't want the yarn to be pulled tightly. And as I said, because it will stretch the yarn unnecessarily, you see? But we're winding it gently. It's just a lovely action, gentle action of just winding the yarn on the Nostepinne. See, so that creates a beautiful egg shape. Again, you can start it a lot closer to the tip if you don't want this action here. So you will start it a lot closer, so you don't have to go that far when you're winding the yarn. Now, to wind it into a cake, when you winded it a little bit, you will start to wind it from corner to corner. So no by touching the wood at the bottom and touching the wood at the top. So going from this corner but against the wood, going through this corner against the wood, you will just go corner to corner on the actual yarn. So basically in this way. So corner to corner, you see? Corner to corner. So not going on the wood, but just going on the yarn itself. So corner to corner on the yarn itself. I prefer to do it in the egg shape, so wood to wood, because I just find it easier. And I find that the balls look nicer to me anyway. But that's, again, if you were to wind a large ball of yarn, you will wind it as a cake, because the Nostepinnes are not that large to have a huge egg shape. I suppose you could, I don't know, I never tried. Now, you see, and you constantly turn this Nostepinne towards you. It's always turned towards you. Some people also wind the balls of yarn by simply moving the Nostepinne and gently just moving the fingers with the yarn, you see? So you move bottom and then you move to top. Bottom to top. So that will give you a cake shape, and it's also a very nice and easy way of doing it. So you don't have to have this action of winding like this, but you just simply move your Nostepinne and then your hand just a little bit. See? So you can also do this. But I prefer my egg shape. So I'm going to go back to my lovely little egg shape. I don't know, I find it really charming. And I don't know, I think because I've always done it as an egg shape, it's difficult for me to actually change the way I do it. But I just really like the egg shape. See, and again, don't pull on the yarn too much. See, I am almost done here, and look how lovely it looks, isn't it? A lovely little egg shape. Well, it's a bit long for a little egg shape, but you know what I mean. So now when you are almost finished, I will just wind it in the middle, wrap it around twice, this end here, because I don't want it to be in a way. Take it off from here, and then just simply slide your yarn off, squish it because it's nice and squishy, and then undo the slip knot here, boom, and now your little egg shape is ready for you to knit or crochet with. Isn't it fantastic? Well, hope you enjoyed the video, and do try your Nostepinne if you ever have a chance, because it's really a lot of fun. Again, when you're winding from skein, you can place them on your Swift. I usually on mini skein, I just place it either on my knee when I'm in the car or on 2 max when I'm at home, because it's just, you know, it's great alternative to use when you don't want to take out your Swift and your ball winder. It's just nice and calm. It's quite therapeutic actually, you know, the process of winding the ball of yarn. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the video and a bit of a look at the College Lake, and please do like, share and subscribe, and I will see you very soon.